Hola amigos, buenos días. Hello friends, good morning and welcome to Spanish with Aya. We started this course back in 2020 and in the month of May I had my last video that I posted. It was on AR ending verbs. But after that I could not continue with that course. My sincere apologies for that. But after 1 year, I'm back again to continue with the course as promised. So we'll be completing the course as we started Spanish A1. So because we are doing this course after a long time, we're starting all over again. So I have thought that this particular lesson I'm going to cover, I'll do a quick revision of what we covered before and then we'll start with the new topics. So for example, we have covered the AR ending verb and we'll quickly revise the AR ending verbs that we learnt and then continue with ER and IR. So basically in this lesson we're going to cover all types of Spanish verbs. Alright, so without wasting any time, let's get into it. So as I mentioned, that we'll be doing the conjugation of AR and ER and IR ending verbs today. But before we get into it, we need to understand one thing. What is the basic form of Spanish verbs? So the basic form of Spanish verb, it is called the infinitive form, which is to plus the verb, which means, like example, to speak, to dance, to sing. What do infinitives look like in Spanish? Like, how do you recognize that this is the infinitive form? Well, very easy. The infinitive form of the verb will have an end which will end with either AR, ER or IR. If you'll see, the verb form is having an ending of AR, ER or IR. That means it is an infinitive form. Let's see an example. For example, me gusta comer biryani. I like to eat biryani. In here, I like is the main verb, and to eat, it's the infinitive form has been used because it's the secondary verb in the sentence. For example, me gusta viajar. I like to travel. Again, my primary verb is to like, I like, and then my secondary verb is to travel. And hence, we are using the infinitive form. But that is not the case all the time, right? What if I would say I read a lot or Emilia dances a lot? In this case, we are not saying to read. It is a personal pronoun I and action of the pronoun. Okay. Now, let's see. So in this case, you need to conjugate. Unlike English, where, for example, if you take the example of the verb to go, we say I go, you go, he goes. Only for third person singular number, the verb form changes. But in Spanish, with the personal pronoun, each personal pronoun will have a different verb form attached to it. Okay? Do we remember the personal pronouns? Let me repeat once again. The personal pronouns are like yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. First one, yo, which is I, tú means you, informal, él, ella, usted, he, she, usted, which is like formal, you, like in Hindi, आप, nosotros, we, vosotros, you, Plural, informal, तुम लोग. And then ellos, they, masculine, ellas, feminine, they, and ustedes, you, formal, plural. Okay, and now each of these pronouns, personal pronouns, will have a different verb form. Let's understand how to conjugate the verb. Now, for example, this particular verb, bailar. Bailar means to dance. Now, I don't know whether you remember, we spoke about that you need to conjugate or basically any infinitive form of the verb is split into two parts. The first part till the start of the ending, it's called stem. Like for example, in bailar, baile, it's the stem, and then ar or are is the ending. Okay, so for regular verbs it is pretty easy to conjugate because it falls into a formula. And what's that formula? Let's learn how to conjugate this particular verb for the personal pronouns that we just spoke about. So for example, yo, what you need to do, you need to just keep the stem, remove the ending and replace it with what is given here. So for yo, you need to replace it with o. For tú, you need to replace it with us. Usted, él, ella, you need to replace it with a. Nosotros, you need to replace it with amos. Vosotros, you need to replace it with ais. And ellos, ellas, ustedes, you need to replace the ending with an. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead. Let's think of a flower. You can see the stem. So in the stem, this remains constant. Bail is baile, and the petals you can see like o, as, a, amos, ais, an. For yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, and ellos, ellas, ustedes. Okay, pretty simple. Put it into this formula and it will get conjugated. It's very easy. Let's conjugate this verb, I speak. Now, what is the verb? What is the infinitive form of to speak? It's hablar. It's hablar. So the stem will be habl and the ending is are. Right? So to conjugate, you need to remove the ending of the infinitive form of the verb and add for I speak. For yo, it's going to be hablo. For tú, it will be hablas. Él, ella, usted, habla. Nosotros, hablamos. Vosotros, habláis. Y ellos, ellas, ustedes,